What's good, YouTube? And welcome to the house. I finally got my newer setup back. I've been tinkering with it all day. I think I just got the sound settings down, so hopefully everything turns out amazing. And let's go ahead and get into today's market watch. But first, I want to shout out Yugi-Mation. He made this old school layout for me, and I was going through my old files in a USB, and I was like, you know what? I'm throwing this up for a little bit. Never forget where you came from. And Yugi-Mation helped me so much early on with the channel, talking back and forth about YouTube, and also helping me out with this one. He peeks in once in a while. Let's go ahead and talk about Tactical Masters and the super hype around there. John, where's the cheapest boxes at? I've got to have it. Have you seen the collectors? They're so freaking hype. I'm going to tell you to slow your roll just a little bit there, and I'm going to give my honest thoughts. The cheapest boxes that I know of are over on Big 3 Deals. Code What'sGood5 for 5% off and to support the channel directly this late in the game will knock them down to $57 and about 80 cents a box. But that's if you're getting a whole case, which I would go buy the case if you are putting your money in for the sealed to keep sealed long term, because when people have unopened cases, people start finger pointing. Did you pull all the collector rares? Are these boxes safe? You know, that sort of thing. And the archetypes inside remind me a bit of another set that we'll get into, but I want to talk collector rares. Trap Trick's amazing. It's really good long term and it really does go with the Trap Mommy archetype. You also have Anti-Spell Fragrance having people talking ban list. Why is it not headed towards the ban list? Sometimes a rarity upgrade does head towards the ban list. Speculation running wild there. And then the next three are all already ultimate rares. Cosmic Cyclone, Drone Lockbird, and Scapegoat. There's only so many times Konami can go for that, but it feels like they were really pressured to make this a home run, and it's not quite a home run, but it is pretty good. The parallels in my mind go towards Infinity Chasers, Trap Mommy versus Witchcrafter, where it'll really try to be good, and will it? Maybe it'll top a couple regionals. We'll have to wait and see, but the Witchcrafter's got a lot of help from Duel Links for being popular. Earth Machine has a huge lineage into the game, but so do trap cards like the Trap Mommy archetype. And then I remember Evil Eye really trying hard at regionals. You did your best. You got there a couple times, and I don't know if the Pendulums will follow that suit, but I do have a feeling early on they're going to be considered the lower part of the set versus the Mystery Runes, which people will be trying to break in relentlessly. I feel like the collector rares ended up being very, very good, which is what the long-term value of the set ends up being. Well, I'm not a financial advisor. I don't know the future of the cards, how they'll turn out. Your personal bankroll from you watching. My thoughts are that this probably will age better than the average collector rare set, but Drone Lock, its ultimate looks very good versus its collector rare, and those can drag each other down a bit rather than really boost each other up, because now there's two different versions that can be argued over being the best version or what people like more. Like the Scapegoat collector rare looks a lot better than the ultimate rare, but the Drone Lock, you could argue it, and Cosmic Cyclone the same. So when cards already have high rarities, and 3 out of the 5 hype ones are already having an ultimate rare, that can hurt the longevity. But I do kind of see this maybe going up long term, similar to Infinity Chasers, but you're still risking it if you are sinking into it. Let me know your thoughts on Tactical Masters. Is it overhyped? A lot of people do think that. Is it underhyped because of all the people saying that it's overhyped? I feel like it is between the conversation, right about where it should be now thanks to the collector rares, but it might be bubbling towards overhype because of them. Rika ended up topping a regional this last weekend. With that, of course, buyouts on a rogue deck. Oh my gosh, did you see Rika's actually here? Well, this had the revolving buyouts heading into this already, and so quantities are lower. Sellers have already relisted that we're trying to resell, so they're out now. Now it's a bit harder. Like Rika Petal being $10 for a super seems a bit ridiculous to me, but some people really do stand this deck, and they really want to see it do well. Now that it is, people are buying back into it as the archetype and secret slayers that did not see reprints happening. So yeah, people are buying out the top end of Rika's again because, it did something, I better get on that. That happens all the time. Now, I have not looked at Power of the Elements. I have had spoilers on the very top end in terms of Bright Blue, as well as, you know, the Tearlament field spell. But 10% bonus bucks back today on Yu-Gi-Oh! Only if you are a subscriber to TCG. That does cost money monthly, but I'm pretty sure I always put my audience first. You know, you could just subscribe and unsubscribe and resubscribe whenever there's a promotion promotion, right? Sorry, TCG player, I like to tell people that kind of stuff. But if you are in it for the long term and you're spending X amount per month, I think it's around 216 or 60, I'd have to do the math again, dollars, then you actually break even or do better versus the promotion of the bonus bucks back that naturally come with being a subscriber. And then these kinds of promotions, time and time again, that they really seem to be leaning in towards for subscribers only, end up paying you back even more. So again, it depends how much you're spending on the game if being a subscriber is good for you or not. But let's go ahead and look at Power of the Elements. I'm kind of itching to see how it did turn out over this weekend. We're heading towards another regional weekend, which might add some extra hype and then bonus bucks. It looks like everything's kind of where I left it. I know it dipped down. I peeked in once while I was waiting for my computer, and it does look like it dipped down and came back up a bit. But Martha is back down further in price. Good for it. A lot of these cards, like I think this was towards 15, and now it's towards 13. We've got Gigantic down under $5. That's great. This is sinking slowly too, but not too fast. Still lower on quantities, the super polymerization target. Yeah, a lot of these are pretty reasonable for what they are and slowly coming down, but the top end seems to be really trying to stick, and that regional instant hype, oh my gosh, it's topping, did you see, you better get ready for this format. A lot of people are hyping on that train, and I don't blame them. It's not like Therion's where it's going to get power crept, where we could clearly see that coming forward, right? It's more like, is a ban list going to take care of it? Oh, tier limit, get the Shizu stuff. It's going to hop above Sprite, so I better get it now because it's already topping now. We have different parallels versus the other sets, and with this top heaviness, the Starlights are kind of coming down in price too. Remember, I told you guys I thought this was a 250 max on DPE. It is slowly headed down towards that, although that's a 0% feedback seller, and then a lot of, 263, 275s there. Now, because of bonus bucks back, there are some buyouts happening. Divine Arsenal AA Zeus. We had mentioned that the other versions were already going up. Well, they chose today to target the Starlight Rare and get those bonus bucks back a bit, it looks like, and now the lowest are towards, well, there's a couple here. There's a German one, a French one, and is this, it looks like Ian. Is it Ian? 420, the Zeus be blazing it, huh? Darklaw is up in price. Apparently, Mask Change 2 is a thing in Tier Lament, and the quantities are going lower, and the price is going up. I didn't know every version of this was around $2 or up in market price, but that's the hype that it's getting right now. So, in a format, Darklaw is now forced not to team up with Toad, but to face against Toad. The Ultra Rare way up there in price and down in quantities as the next highest rarity after the ulti. And those reprints of the Structure decks giving an unlimited super did help a bit, but now those quantities are disappearing. So if you do want a Hollow Darklaw, maybe do so sooner than later, or you might be stuck with that common. Yeah, Mass Change number 2 being up also. This is just a card that's always had that potential, thanks to Darklaw and the Masked Heroes. And Shadow Mist is an $8 card, even for the common. I did not know that one, but it's way up there over time in price too. Apollosa and Masquerena are going insane. And it's not just because of bonus bucks back. Apparently this happened the night before. You could have waited one more day. Just saying. Using that TCG player link in the description down below, costing you nothing extra to support the channel directly for the cards you'd already be buying. But yeah, the actual lowest English copies are going absurd, with sales even at $2,000. I can't believe what I'm seeing. So the Starlight market is really trying to go to the next lengths, where junk Starlights are kind of a thing again, yet the top end Starlights are actually going to outer space here. It's a wild ride to watch. DD Crow for the format, the Veiler a lot of people have sunk into for past format and current, like just craziness. And now Zeus, of course, too, this week. And then Pot of Prosperity's up there with people going in on it today also, and people are hoping it's in the Megatons and not shorted in Brothers of Legend, Battles of Legend, whatever you're going to call it this year, right, Konami? Right? I believe it's Battles of Legend again this year. But seriously, just going kind of crazy again through the sale today. Naturia Sacred Tree, I guess there's some kind of Naturia hype. Fill me in, please. Is it with Therion, with Rika, with Sun Avalon? What's going on? Naturia Sacred Tree is way up there in price. The Discord let me know on this one, and they said probable Naturia hype. OCG land stuff, let me know why this is going so crazy, and it only has its one printing. Definitely a card worth more money than it's probably worth, but let me know what you think in the comment section. Galaxy Cyclone also going up as a lot of spell and trap different removals have been targeted. Of course, this can take something out and later deal with Mystic Mine. You know, that's kind of neat, I guess, and spell and trap removal is very valued within this because when you initially play it, you target a set spell and trap, and then on a later turn, you can banish it from the graveyard and target a face-up spell and trap. So, multi-utility in the game where games are in a grind state, taking longer. It's not all decided in that one turn, especially thanks to Mystic Mine. People are figuring out different kinds of techs and how they want to deal with that, and this is going up in price. It feels good to be back. Hopefully this video turned out pretty darn well. I've had terrible allergies today, so sorry if I sound a little bit weird on my end and not the audio's end, but I should be streaming not today, but next Friday I plan to come back to streaming as I work out and get the layouts up and set everything all up. I don't want to rush it. I don't want it to be sloppy. I want to take my time with it. But thank you so much for waiting on that and dealing with the audio glitches before. Again, if there's any in this video, I'm sorry. I'll be working on it. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed the conversation. And yeah, just craziness all over the place.